Well, hello and welcome to Qlik Spotlight. Qlik Spotlight now is coming to you. Obviously, I'm in the same place I always am, but we have someone in Gujarat who has been part of the CrunchBot acquisition, and a very great pleasure to introduce Hardik Patel. Now, Hardik Patel is a senior consultant, as I said, has joined us from CrunchBot. So, welcome to Qlik Spotlight, Hardik.
Thanks, John. Pleasure meeting you.
Yeah, and nice to meet you too, even if it is virtually, but it's good to meet you.
Yeah,
And it's very busy time in India at the moment. You've got huge elections going on, haven't you? So one of the largest elections in the world going on at the moment.
yeah, it is. Like they are in phases, and they're actually in the place where we are. It's on 23rd of the April, so it's not huge for us here right now. But
Ah,
yeah,
okay, so not so much at the moment,
yeah,
yeah, but across the country is busy. Well,
yeah.
well, welcome to Qlik, and thank you so much for bringing what a wonderful product over. So, what CrunchBot as it was, or Qlik Insight Bot as it is now. Um, Now, the transition from CrunchBot over to Qlik, and it can be difficult, but how's it been for you?
Well, it went pretty good. I mean, the way it was started, like earlier we were thinking like this transition will be a challenge, but it went pretty smooth. Of course, there were multiple things I would say, and
Mm,
the things I mean, counting from infrastructure to all the different processes, me being the point of contact here, it was really good to interact with different teams, starting from pre-sale stream,
mm.
during infrastructure team, and yeah, everyone has been so supportive, I should say, and the good thing I would like to mention is like the
Mm.
culture and value that Qlik follows. It was pretty much similar at where I was, CrunchBot. So the niche, my manager and CEO, former CEO of CrunchBot, who had been a former Qlik employee as well. So he
Yes, of
was
course,
pretty
yeah.
well aware, yeah, with the culture and
Mm.
the values, and that's what he used to groom us. And so that was really helpful, and yeah, it has been really a good
Oh,
experience, not that drastic change, I
excellent.
should say.
So what happened? The office that you're in, that we can see at the back of you, you've got a nice audience of people listening to
Yeah.
to this interview. What goes on primarily from that office? Because you're in consultancy, but is that what happens in that office, or is there much more that goes on?
Yeah, so basically, I lead a Qlik Insight Bot team here, and we do both. So
Mm.
product development, fixes, and enablement, and then there's definitely few projects work going on, which is kind of a consulting, remote consulting, I should say. But yeah,
Yeah.
both are the things which primarily which is going on.
So you've got quite a large team there as well, haven't you, from that
Yeah,
office?
there are 15 right now.
Ah, okay, that's good. And
Yeah.
so the transition's gone well, and that's always good to see because that can be troublesome. Let's be honest, that can be, and it hasn't been for you, and that's fantastic.
Yeah.
And the team there, so a huge news, and that's only just come out recently, and that is the change over to the Qlik Insight bots. Now you've done a lot um, internally, within your team, but you have a relatively small team. So how have you got that done? How have you been able to scale to such a huge project from a small team?
That's a great question. Actually, the I would like to share here, like the moment we started, like 2 years back when we introduced, I mean, Nish gave the idea of Click Insight Pod, and as always, I was concerned with the team size, and I was like, with this small team, I
Yeah.
think this would definitely be a huge challenge for us to develop a product like this. Nish is, I would say, he's like a visionary person, so he has a long vision, saying like, don't worry,
Yeah.
and when you at times you have ideas but you need to implement them as well, and for that the most important thing is to give a start, and he's really good at that. So
Hmm.
that's how we started and that journey continued. But talking about rebranding to Click Insight Bot, yeah, I would say the team sitting behind me, they're pretty good at what they are, and they're really,
Yeah, you,
I
you
would
have to say that because they're right behind you.
definitely not for that,
Yeah.
but I honestly I mean it. Like, so they are
Yes, of
pretty
course.
solid at what they are doing, and with the planned approach, it was challenging. We had long hours in office, but yeah, we did it,
Mm.
and it was really great. Yeah.
Yeah, and I think the thing is when you look at a project, and I've been involved in these, and you think, well, there's no way it's going to happen with the team that with the size of the team, not the skills. The skills are there, but the size. But you tend to find you can do it, don't you? You tend to find that the stuff that keeps you awake at night, you actually can do it, and that's fantastic, and that says a lot for your team as well, that you were able to do that and get this product, which has been really taken on so widely within our customer base. And it's fantastic. And the beauty of it is it fits in so nicely with our artificial intelligence, with the insights and stuff like that. Is fantastic. So I'd like to say well done to you and your team
Yeah,
for
thank you.
doing that.
One more thing I would like to add in here is like earlier we were CrunchBot and now we are Qlik Insight Bot. So I would say
Yeah.
like rebranding was it in itself it was an exciting, not for me, for everyone, because the product it's a different feeling. Like you are working for product and that's going to be huge. That's going to
Mm,
acquire a huge market. So it was an exciting, and that also helped a lot to make it in a
yeah.
better way. Yeah.
And there's also a lot more to come, isn't there? I mean, this is the
Yeah.
start of a journey. We've got Click Insight
Definitely.
Bot
Yep.
that's launched, but the roadmap is yeah, and keep your eye out for that. And I'm sure there'll be lots of announcement at Connections. Are you going to Connections at all?
Not sure. Maybe not.
Not sure. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I will. It would be great if I could see you when you were there, and yeah, that would be good.
Yeah.
So, actually, recently you've been involved in a lot of enablement training. So you were at our brand new shiny King of Prussia office last month. How was that? What was your experience of visiting the office and going through that enablement training?
Yeah, so the very first thought that came to my mind, and it was really exciting to visit, as you said, like brand new, shiny headquarters of Qlik. And before I share my experience there, I would like to share one more thing. Like,
Of
so
course.
7 years back, I joined one of the company, which was my first company, and I started working with ClickView. ClickView. So
Ah,
I started, my mentor suggested me and he was teaching me like this is how you can create dashboard, this is how you can create
yeah.
objects, and I was like really disappointed, saying like this is no challenge at all. I mean anyone can do this, And I was like, okay,
Yes.
I want to work in a company that develops tools like this, and then I was literally searching the vacancies in
Mm.
Qlik, to be honest,
Oh,
and then
real
I saw like
fantastic.
it
Ah.
really, yeah. And there were like, okay, I saw that at least all of the vacancies need 5 to 7 years of experience, and I was like, okay, I need to wait, I need to relax and keep working to go get there. But then that thought fade away, I should say. But the way it came this way, it was like, I feel nostalgic at times, and talking
Yeah.
about your questions, definitely my experience at King of Prussia with enabling pre-sales team, it was really amazing. I was at first I was feeling little challenging, like interacting with new
Mm.
people coming across the globe. So, and that was a kind of nervousness as well. But we were very well
Mm.
prepared, and I would like to mention Marcus and Martin did a great
Ah,
job
Martin's
there.
fabulous. Yes, and
And
Marcus.
it was like a family meet,
Mm.
I should say. It was pretty smooth and very friendly environment, and it was really supportive. I enjoyed being there with the training.
Mm.
Yeah.
So was that your first trip to the US?
No, I had been there earlier, but the first time in East Coast, and the day I reached there, it was a lot of snow, even
Ah,
on the
okay.
first day of
Oh,
training.
yeah, very
Yeah.
cold. Yes.
Yeah, but it was
Yeah,
adventurous, I should say.
because I remember my first trip to India and how much of a shock or for me that was. But it can be exactly the same going the other way. If you're going from maybe your first trip from
Definitely.
India to America is a complete shock as well, isn't it? Because
Yeah, it
the
was. I had
differences.
been there 2 years back, the first time I had been there,
Mm.
but I always wanted to go to East Coast once, and I think this was the best
Oh, well, there you go.
opportunity. Yeah.
You got the best of both. So, oh, that's fantastic. Well, I'm glad they welcomed you with open arms, and that's
Definitely, yeah.
always good. And it does make because you will always have feelings of a trepidation of doing that,
Yeah.
and it's up to the host to then say that. I'm looking forward to coming over to there at some point and
Sure,
seeing
most
you, and
welcome
hopefully
in
get
advance.
the same. Yeah, I love India.
Great.
So that went well, and. So now we've done the field enablement. So what's next for you then, Hardik? What's next on that? So you've done the enablement. So the next stage, I mean, is it just heads down and developing now, or what else is to come up?
Yeah, we are primarily focusing on scalability of
Okay.
product and yeah, stability, scalability, and there are multiple things like fixes and working on the bugs. So those are the things
Yeah, so
going
plenty
on
of
right now.
stuff for you
Yeah,
to be doing
definitely.
then. You
Yeah.
won't be taking any holiday anytime soon.
Yeah.
So, okay, so you're very busy now. You've gone through a huge transition from CrunchBot to Qlik and then
Hmm.
Qlik Insight Bot that where we are now.
Yeah.
But once you if you do if you get any time to relax, how do you relax? What makes you calm down or
That's
slow down
an
a bit?
that's an interesting question, I should say. I mean, last 3 4 months have been really hectic and busy, but now
Mm,
if I talk about how do I relax, I am very much passionate about music. I love playing musical instruments. I play keyboard.
ah, fabulous.
I have guitar, although I am at very beginner level. I do love singing, and I do specifically I take lessons during weekends for
Mm.
Indian classical vocal, and yeah, so I mean I do sing, play, record, and I have my YouTube channel as well. But it's
Oh,
kind
do
of I
you?
yeah I do, but it's not much active nowadays, I should say.
Well, you could send me the link and I'll put
For
it out
sure.
there. And in fact, yeah, I should have asked for you to bring your guitar along and we could have a bit of music going on as well. But
Sure, for
maybe next
someday.
time, Hardeep.
Yeah,
Maybe next time. So
yeah.
I mean, I love Indian cuisine. I love food basically,
Great.
and I love trying different stuff. So do you cook and do you have a signature dish?
Well, that's tough answer. I I don't cook that often, but I always give advice to my wife who loves cooking.
Okay.
I don't know whether it works or not, when I am alone, I love cooking. I do try
Hmm.
new different things, and I also believe like cooking is kind of a science, but I'm not sure whether someone else will love what I cook.
Would
So I
like.
don't want to mention about any of my
Well,
signature
let's
dish.
change that question then, Hadi. What do you like to eat? What food do you like to eat yourself?
I'm not that kind of a foodie, but I like sweet dishes a lot.
Ah, okay, you're a sweetie rather than a savory. Okay,
Yeah,
and one thing I found the last time I was in India, you do such beautiful little sweet dishes. Yes, I would get
yeah,
very big very quickly if I was to live out in India, I think. So,
yeah.
okay, so I'm going to give you the ability to spend 1 hour with a person, any person, dead or alive in the world, famous or not famous. It can be your mum if you like, but who would you like to spend an hour with? Anyone in the world?
Well, honestly, I have not thought about this, but given a chance, I will think the current Prime Minister of India, Narendra
Ah,
Modi. Yeah, I mean, I always wonder about how enthusiastic he is, how energized he is always. At the age of 68
mm,
years, he works for almost like 20 hours a day. I mean, it's hard to believe, but that always inspires me and motivates me. Like, how can someone at the age of 68 be so energetic? We are at
mm.
times feel like, oh, this it's been a long day. I can't work
Yeah,
anymore.
yeah,
But yeah, so
yeah.
I would definitely love to spend an hour with him given a chance. Yeah.
Yeah, it is quite amazing because a lot of the leaders, like Margaret Thatcher, apparently, the ex-British Prime Minister
Hmm.
was used to just sleep 4 hours a day, and that was all. And you think, how does a body exist,
Exactly.
being that driven? Oh, it's incredible.
But
Okay,
that
so
reminds me one of
yeah, go on.
the yeah that reminds me one of the show I don't remember, but that says like your mind always controls. So you can program your mind if you want to program your mind. If you think you are tired, you are tired. If you think you are not, you are not. So
Yeah,
probably
yeah.
that might be the
Mind
driving
over matter.
factor. Yeah.
Yes. So, name a film you've watched more than once and why.
Film. I don't watch much films, but I have watched plenty of films more than once. But I would take it other way. So once I had a discussion with Nish, and he is so much into books. He always read
Yeah.
one or the other book, I would say like I bet he would have read more than 100 books. So he was like, "Why don't you try reading books?" And I was like, "I can try. I love reading love stories." And he was like, "No, that's gone is the time. You should you should read something else." I was like, "Okay, suggest me one." And he suggested me one sci-fi book, The Martian, if you know, by Andy
Mm.
Weir. And so I read that book, and then I got to know like there is a movie as well based on the same. So I watched
Ah.
that movie, and after watching, I have watched that probably more than once, I should say. And but again,
Mm.
after so many times, doesn't matter. I watch it. I always feel like it's always good to read book because the way
Yeah, I
the
absolutely agree.
author has
Yes.
mentioned all the fiction
Mm.
numbers. I mean, you feel completely like you are into that, and so that was amazing. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, I agree with you. I try to read the book before the film if I can. Not always, but yeah, it's a good way of doing it. Right, so the rest of 2019 now. We're in April, aren't we? Haven't got a lot left of 2019. So, what are your plans, either Click or personal, for the rest of the year?
Well, at Qlik, as I said, like I want to now that we have been acquired, so now I would definitely put all that is needed to see the success of Qlik
Mm.
Insight Bot, because that definitely matters a lot, because this is the time it has now actually started. Like what we had been doing so far, now is the time that things are in
Yeah,
play.
yeah.
So definitely we are that would be the one very important goal being at Qlik. And then on a personal note, I have missed spending time with my family, my wife, my parents.
Mm.
So I want to make sure that I should spend at least some time with my family, and I also want to go on some long, at least like a vacation with family, of course, with my wife. And
Yeah.
I'm also planning to go for some exams for Indian classical music.
Ah, oh,
So yeah,
excellent.
so that really helps me. It's kind of I should say it's kind of relaxing, as well as it motivates you.
Mm.
It makes you feel positive, and yeah, it kinds of a freshening, I should say. Yeah.
Yeah, no, no, I totally agree. And when you go on vacation, where do you normally go on vacation? Do you have a specific place or do you go to different places?
Well, no, it's not specific place for me. Of course, I go to different places, but I don't want to cover. In India specifically, people has that kind of mentality, like to cover so many places in one trip. But now thinking is changing. But I personally believe to visit one place in one vacation and spend some good quality
I
time there.
agree.
Yeah.
I agree. So would that be within India or would you go further afield?
Uh, I'm thinking I can make a trip with my wife to US this year. Let's see how it
Oh,
goes.
nice. Oh,
Yeah,
that'll be good. Well, I wish you good, and I hope you do. And what you said about family is important. Of course, a job's important, and you want to get something done, but family is also very important because they're with you the whole time, aren't they? So good luck with that one. And it's been an absolute pleasure, Hardik, in speaking to you. Welcome to Click, and we are lucky to have you on board here. That's very good. Now, I'm coming to the end of the interview, but I give a fact out to everyone that I interview, and this one I found out, and I couldn't believe this, but actually that the brands of Puma and Adidas, the sports brands,
yeah,
they were they were founded by two brothers. So two brothers created both those brands, and I'm thinking now that one of the brothers who started Adidas is probably more well off than the person who started Puma. I'm thinking. I don't know what that's like in India, but that's probably the case. So there's your fact. You can take that out, take it to your wife when you get home, and let
sure.
her know. You can spread
That's
that
great
fact
to know.
everywhere.
Yeah,
Yeah, isn't it? It's
yeah, of
always
course
good.
it is. Yeah,
You never know. We have a thing in the UK that we do a lot, where they're in bars and pubs. We'll have a quiz, and get lots of people doing a quiz. And if that comes up, then your team will definitely win.
that's great. Yeah, yeah. Thanks a lot for giving me an opportunity, and it was really pleasure meeting you. Of course, virtually, and
Yeah,
we'll love to see you in
you
person.
too.
Yeah,
Yeah, no doubt that will happen, and hopefully I'll be coming over to India sometime in the second half of this year, and I
sure,
would love to come up to Gujarat and say hi. So enjoy the
sure,
rest of your time, enjoy
sure.
your vacation with your family, and good luck for the rest of 2019. Thank you, Hardeep.
Thank you very much.